welcome to a new vlog. It is, when this goes out, it's in the beginning of October, but this is the end of September. And I think even though it's really quite warm, it is autumn now, isn't it? So last week, one of the days when it was raining, me and my 16-year-old went to the movies down the road and saw The Haunting of Venice, this Agatha Christie with Kenneth Branagh, also directed by Kenneth Branagh, and it was such a wonderful sort of autumny, cozy film to see. It's quite a small cinema and you can bring in your glass of wine and your popcorn and just sit and chill, and it was really lovely. It's a really good movie. It's a little bit kitsch, it's a bit fun, beautifully shot. So obviously Haunting of Venice, it's set in Venice and I'm so into Venice at the moment. We spent about a whole week in Venice this summer and I just love it even more now. So yeah, I definitely wanted to see it. It's mostly set in a palazzo, but there are some amazing overview shots of Venice. So yeah, I got my Venice fill.
I am the smartest person I ever met and I can't figure it out, so I came to the second.
You are up to something, my friend.
I've always been into movies. I studied film history and film theory at university many years ago. And then in the late 90s, I got what was my dream job at that time. I became a presenter for a weekly film program. And that was absolutely fantastic. Then it was in the wrong country, it was in Sweden, but it was really interesting. And one of the junkets was in Venice, and I remember it was a junket for, I don't remember the film, but it was Julia Roberts, and the film was not set in Venice at all, but she demanded that the junket was in Venice because she wanted to go. So that was the first time I went to Lido, you know, this separate island where it's basically like, you know, beaches, and it's totally different from the city Venice. And it was at the Excelsior Hotel. So that's when I realized Venice is so much more than St. Marco Place, because before I've only been to Venice maybe one night, 2 nights, that was it. But it really opened my eyes to Venice. Still loving it so much. So of course, living in England, a nice pot of tea is really important. So I have my old porcelain from many years ago that I still have a few pieces of. And to make my favorite pot of tea, I first put hot water in the teapot, whisk it around a bit so the teapot is warm, pour it out. And then my favorite thing is 2 tablespoons of Darjeeling and 1 tablespoon of Assam. And then I put that in the pot, let it stew for a while, and then just pour it. And I love loose tea for this. I mean, I either have this and then I have a little bit of milk in it, but otherwise it's just herbal teas for me. But it's the ritual that's really nice. What is autumn without a nice fruit pie? So in Britain, everything is very sophisticated when it comes to pies. It looks beautiful, the crust is so lovely, it's got a lattice work over it. In Sweden, pies, like fruit pies, they look more like a 5-year-old have made them, and not very skillfully. But the taste is really nice. So whereas the British ones look so beautiful and sort of Victorian in the way they look, Swedish fruit pie is, yeah, looks a little bit less sophisticated and tastes gorgeous actually. So I'm going to give you the recipe. You need plums, about 10-12 plums. You need caster sugar. In one little pot here I put 3 tablespoons and another is a whole cup. And also cardamom seeds that we're going to take out. Oh God, it smells so nice. We need a little bit of fresh lemon juice, maybe a tablespoon, tiny bit of salt. It's my favorite salt at the moment. And also flour. Now mine's gluten-free, but any flour will do. And we also need some butter, of course. Then I'm going to butter up my pie dish. So cover it in butter. And then on top of it, I'm just putting some caster sugar. Take your quite ripe British Victoria plums, or any Victoria plums, or any plums for that matter, and halve them and remove the stone inside. Then just add them to your baking tray or pie tray. My plums are super ripe, so there's loads of liquid here that I'm going to add in as well. So juicy. All over about 3 tablespoons of caster sugar and about 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon. Now take your cardamom seeds and put them in a pestle and mortar and separate them. To me, it's totally worth it doing it this way instead of just buying cardamom seeds that are already opened and ready to use. And just remove the little capsules. Now take a mixing bowl, add 150 grams of real butter and 3/4 of a cup of caster sugar. You also need 1 cup of flour. Now this is gluten-free flour, but any flour will be okay to use. And where is the cardamom loveliness? It's going in. And a pinch of salt. Now we're going to mix this up. You can do it in a food processor, but I'm just going to do it with my hands. Hands are washed, and we just work the butter and the other stuff together. Just spread out the pie dough and then put the oven on 220 degrees. The day after, it tastes even better. It wouldn't be autumn with a nice candle holder, and this one I bought the other day. I think the brand is Olsen & Jensen. I think it looks beautiful. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. It brings a little bit of coziness to the house. In the autumn, I love to burn a smoky incense. This one is called Villa Medici by Astier de Villette. And I'm obsessed by the Medicis. I even sat through the whole Netflix series. That wasn't very good, but I love everything about them. I think it's absolutely fascinating. And this one smells like you can imagine it did in those times. Yeah, love it. Let's show you the box. The box is beautiful. It looks like this. So that's the one I love. Super smoky. Maybe not for a hot summer's night, but definitely for a cozy autumn afternoon. I also bought myself a pair of new slippers because my old ones were falling apart and had to go in the bin. So I quite like them. They got little bows on here, and they're fluffy, dark blue color from the White Company, I think it was, yeah. Apparently these are man repellers for a certain age group, around 50. They didn't appreciate these very much, but I don't care. But just in case you are in a new relationship with somebody in that age group and you want to make a good impression, don't buy these, apparently. But I like them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and come back for another one next week. I normally post on Fridays at 3 p.m. UK time. Anyway, have a wonderful week and I will see you then. Bye.